What's happening, Tilray and HEXO traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Saturday. It's July 23rd. Hope you're well today. Hope you're having a great weekend. Just got off over a 2-hour live stream and then did another hour-and-a-half live stream before that. But I wanted to come on, do a quick shortened version of this new breaking news. Tilray converts HEXO convertible debt into equity, now owning 48% of HEXO. And this news came out late yesterday. We were told by Fintel, which I'll bring up here in just a second. But like I said, that live stream that I just did in breaking news went over 2 hours long, and a lot of people were asking if I could do a shortened video. So I wanted to come on and do a quick 5-minute update or so with regards to my thoughts on this and what exactly it means. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me, and the channel doesn't cost you anything. You can share the video with anybody that might find value. And if you're new, subscribe. If you like the content, you can also tick the bell and you'll be notified anytime that I go live or on any future videos. Taking a look, and shout out to Power Group member, you know who you are, but they posted this. This news came out in the Power Group community, private chat room, just after I got off the live stream here, which was this Tilray Reddit group bans me for speaking the truth. Again, went a little long, but I got off that live stream, and then this news came out. Tilray Inc. discloses stake in HEXO Corp, and this is from Fintel. And you can see here that it was from the 22nd of July at 20:31, I would assume Eastern time, so around 8:30. And there was some people on the live stream that I just did that, again, I encourage you to check this out because it was very, very informative. Over 2 hours, but you can speed up the time frame. You can watch it on 2x speed, 1.5x speed. They just slow it down. Like I said, it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at anything, so an hour or two shouldn't be a deal breaker if it's about your retirement and your future and your family's future. But again, I understand people have families and things like that, and there's a lot of streams that go an hour or 2 hours long, and you might not have all that time. So I wanted to respect that as well and come on here and do everybody a solid and give you the shortened version. So Tilray Inc. disclosed a stake in HEXO Corp. Like I mentioned, they filed a 13D form with the Securities and Exchange Commission disclosing ownership of 564 million shares of HEXO Corp, which represents 48% ownership of the company. And if we go over here to what a Schedule 13D is, a Schedule 13D is a form that must be filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, when a person or group acquires more than 5% of a voting class of a company's equity shares. So essentially, this is something they have to file when they own more than 5%, and clearly they own 48%, so that's drastically higher than 5%. Therefore, this means that they absolutely have to file that with the SEC. And then if we take a look at HEXO Corp over here, I did look at this, I think it was this morning. It might have been late yesterday. If not this morning, I thought it was this morning. It's been a long day, but essentially I went here on to Fintel and HEXO, and I sorted by shares because we were talking about how many shares HEXO had, and then I was looking at this to see if there was any change, and I didn't see anything here with regards to Tilray, and I just skipped over it, but it was right here. And this is effective date 2022, June 30th, so that's the most recent one we have, and it wasn't showing that here. But if you scroll up, it talks about the filing date here, and Tilray Inc., look at this, 564,235,830 shares, which equates to 48% ownership in HEXO. This is breaking news. I did not expect this. I said I'd make the video if I was wrong. Obviously, I was wrong. I thought they would wait until probably at least $2 or $3 to convert anything into equity. But a lot of people are saying this is good or bad. Personally, I'm indifferent. I was preparing for this scenario in case this did happen. A lot of people are speculating there could be a hostile takeover attempt. But essentially, I was preparing by adding more Tilray to my portfolio. HEXO's my biggest position, and then Tilray's my second biggest position, and then MSOS, the ETF. And then I own about 12 or 13 different MJ positions now in my MJ portfolio, some ETFs, right? Some retailers, picks and shovels, some American operators, some Canadian companies as well. But this goes to show that anything can happen, and you never say never in the financial industry. That's one thing I've learned over the years, and there's no guarantees or anything like that. But just because, what exactly does this mean? Well, now that they own 48% of HEXO, HEXO still is in control, but there could be a hostile takeover attempt. And what could potentially happen is we could see something like this where, as an example, when HEXO bought Zenabis for $235 million, there was a ratio. So Zenabis shareholders will receive 0.01772 of HEXO common share in exchange for each Zenabis common share. The exchange ratio implies a premium of around 19%, and the average in the industry is about 20%. When Canopy took a position or took a stake in Supreme and they merged the two companies, that was about a 40% premium. So the average is around 20%. There's no guarantee that this will happen. I'm just kind of putting this out there as a possibility. There's a chance now, the chances drastically increased now that our HEXO shares could potentially turn into Tilray shares. And whether or not we get 15, for every 15 shares of HEXO, we get one Tilray share, or if it's 10, or if it's 20, for every 20 shares of HEXO, we get one Tilray share. We'll have to see. It's a little early to be, we're just speculating at this point, but it's a little early to figure out if we're actually going to see something similar where we have an exchange ratio, if there's any kind of premium. A lot of that's going to change, and the premium will change how many shares you're actually going to end up as a Tilray. At the end of the day, your HEXO is going to turn into to Tilray shares. So we'll see based on the premium, but that might not even happen, right? And this is what I brought up in the POW Group private community, is that just because they own 40%, and they might end up owning over 50%, which means that Tilray would be in control of the company. If that happens, the companies can both still stay independent. They don't actually have to merge together for Tilray to take a controlling stake. So there's multiple scenarios that this can play out, but I was positioning myself, so I was building more of a Tilray position in my portfolio in case something like this did happen. We could see a potential hostile takeover. Personally, I'm really indifferent. I personally think that they're still going to remain independent. And like Tilray said, Irwin Simon, the CEO, said it's very important that they remain two independent public companies. And that's where they need to draw the line there. But again, that doesn't mean that Tilray can't take ownership, over 50% ownership in HEXO, because it absolutely could happen, right? And the odds of that happening just increased substantially. Also, something I want to mention as well is that Tilray acquires majority position in MedMen convertible notes. And this isn't new information. This is back from August 17, 2021, but they're essentially doing the same thing that they are doing for HEXO as they are with MedMen. And it's essentially now the Green Dream Team. I did this video, Tilray, HEXO, Aphria, Redecan. So essentially, it is now Team Tilray, Aphria, HEXO, Redecan, Zenabis, 48 North, and potentially MedMen. Good luck, everybody else, right? And again, I did a 2-hour video. Usually when I do those live streams, they go a little bit longer because we had like 100 people on the live stream at close to midnight in the East Coast. So a lot of investor interest and attention. And like I said, really great stream. Usually when I do those streams, the first 10 to 20 minutes are my thoughts and a breakdown and a summary. And then it's Q&A and then just interacting with the community. But the community had a lot of really great questions and points. So I highly encourage you to check that out. Like I said, it takes about 10,000 hours to be an expert at anything. So if you're not willing to invest an hour or two into your future and your family's future and your potential retirement and life-changing wealth and opportunity, I'm not sure what to tell you. I would just say that, I can do these videos and try to keep them as short and sweet as possible, but ultimately at the end of the day, when you put in the time, that's what's really going to it's the consistent effort. And I've got over probably 100,000 hours into research into the investing and financial markets, right? And then 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything. But again, I understand people have families. You can't tune into an hour or 2 hour stream all the time. I understand that. So I do respect that as well, and try my best to come on here and give you guys as much value as possible. And that was one thing that a lot of people were requesting, was a shortened version of that. So hopefully you can smash the like if you think I deserved it today. Share the video with anybody that might find value. And if you're new, subscribe, tick the bell to be notified on any time that I go live or post a new video. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with POW Group. Let me know in the comments below if you're angry, upset, happy. Is this something, are you surprised by this? What do you think? This is good or bad? Let me know your comments. We'll continue the conversation in the comments below. All right. Thanks so much again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you in the next video.